Landon Etchings here at Stadium Golf Center. I've got John McFarland, our Bridgestone rep here in the area. John, how you doing?
Landon, great to see you, buddy.
Thanks for coming out today. Hey, John's going to tell us a little bit about Bridgestone and the golf balls we got down here at Stadium. John?
Thank you, Landon. Before we actually get into the golf ball itself and what it does and what it can do for the players, I'd just like to say that our ability to be able to make a golf ball that'll fit the average guy is really what it's all about, and that's what it's allowed us to get to be the #2 ball manufacturer in a very, very short period of time. And having said that, really for us, we make tour caliber golf balls and then we make problem-solving golf balls. And if we started with the tour ball, the #1 one.
That's this Bridgestone 330, the Tour B330.
There you go. These are kind of rated by clubhead speed. So if a player has a clubhead speed of 112 miles an hour with his driver or higher, this would then become kind of the ball of choice for him. As an example, Freddie Couples, Nick Price, this is a ball that these gentlemen like to use. Again, a urethane covered golf ball. When you move down just a little bit as far as the clubhead speed, then we get into the B330S. And again, this ball would be recommended for players that have a clubhead speed of 100 to that 112 miles an hour. And as we go a little bit further, you'll see why it's very important to try to fit that clubhead speed into the correct golf ball.
Right.
From that stage, we then move to the B330 RX. And this became the third best-selling golf ball inside of 6 months. And the reason being, this is a tour caliber golf ball, but for amateur clubhead speed. All those players that are in that range of 85 to 100 miles an hour, this is the golf ball that would do very, very well with them. And we actually made 2 versions of the golf ball. The original one, the regular B330 RX, is still out there, does a fabulous job. And when the new groove change rule came along, our R&D people decided that, you know, this golf ball, if we just improved that cover and made it just a little bit softer so it would spin more around the greens, we'd really have something going. So thus the RXS, and it's followed right along in the family of the RX as far as its popularity. So those are the 4 tour-graded golf balls, all with a urethane cover.
Okay.
And then we get into our problem-solving golf balls.
Yeah, let's talk about these problem-solving. These here?
E5, E6, and E7. And each one of these does a specific thing for the player. And if you've got a golfer who has trouble launching his driver higher, the E5 will absolutely work beautifully. It's designed internally. It's the only 2-piece urethane golf ball on the market. It's very, very unique, but it will help that fella launch the ball higher. Obviously, the longer it can stay in the air, the further the ball will go for it.
Like that.
So that's #1. The E6 is more of a directional golf ball. It's a 3-piece Surlyn covered ball. And Surlyn, as you know, its property is it doesn't spin as much as a urethane covered ball. So if you can reduce the spin on the ball, then obviously the ball is going to go a little bit straighter. Thus the E6.
E6, right. And then we got the E7 here.
And then we go to the E7, and this golf ball is a pure distance golf ball. Again, a Surlyn covered ball, but again designed to lower the ball flight and give it a much more penetrating and boring ball flight. And all of these 7, if you actually got on our ball fitting machine, each one of these, you'd end up with probably very similar distance at the end, but how you arrive there with your launch angle or spin rate would all be different as you went through. So the trick is to obviously get the player into the ball that fits them. Absolutely.
Well, hey, John, thanks for coming down today. Hey,
Landon,
that's John McFarland down here talking Bridgestone Golf. He's telling me he's got a ball here for you. You just got to come down and find it. That's here at Stadium Golf Center, where we care about your game.